Have you ever gone on YouTube and somehow missed a Christian Hannah horror video? Come over here to the right and click that little bell to be notified of every time I upload. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Christian Hannah Horror here with Halloween 5, the return. The revenge of Michael Myers. Not the return, 4 was the return. Okay, so I did just recently rewatch Halloween 5. Sorry, I know there's been pretty big gaps in the videos, but I want to go back and watch the movies again before I actually re-review it. So I did watch Halloween 5. You know, it's going to be hard to review this. Not because I don't know what to say, but here's the thing. You guys that watch my channel, you know that I like to be optimistic. I like to say a lot of good things. Even if it's a bad movie, like considerably a bad movie, just in certain aspects, I try to find... My thing is, I like to find the good in everything. And there are a lot of good things in Halloween 5, but there are things I can't just not mention. So let's get started. Let's tackle the mask first. My situation with the mask is not that I dislike it. I actually love the way the movie looks. The way the mask looks. Here's the thing. When a lot of time has passed and you're in a new atmosphere, for instance, Halloween 5 to Halloween 6, it was a 6-year gap. That look of the mask from 6 was perfect, and a lot of time had gone through, and it was a different atmosphere and look for the movie and all that. So it was like not even really something that you thought about the mask looking different. But when you have a situation like Halloween 5, when you literally come out of the same shot into the next movie from 4 to 5 and the mask looks totally different, especially when you recap the previous movie, that's what kind of is like, oh, well, okay, how did he just change, the mask just changed that much in literally no time? Because you go from Halloween 4 to Halloween 5. You don't go, it's not like Halloween 5, Halloween 6, it's Halloween 4, Halloween 5. So I wish that they could have, for my sake, for continuity's sake, I wish that they could have had something that fit the bill more, just more like 4. But that's not to say I don't like the look of 5. It's a creepy mask. It's very angry looking. So, just more or less, I will plead the 5th on the mask, because while I do like it, it is kind of strange that, you know, it looks totally different even though you're not skipping any time in the franchise. Let's finish the things I like about this movie. I like the style and feel of the movie. It's got that 80s charm to it. That late 80s, you know, big hair, you know, denim clothed charm that I love. You know, that's my favorite era of everything. Music, just fashion, looks, movies, late 80s, everything. I say fashion. Dr. Loomis is good in part 5. But the thing about Donald Pleasence in this movie doesn't make it as good as 4 is because of this. Let's just talk about this. You know, real quick, the other things I do like in Halloween 5 is there's some cool music by a band called White Sister, Dancing on Midnight, great song. The score is not bad. Jamie Lloyd, you know, Danielle Harris, she does a good job in this movie considering what the script was, etc., etc. Okay, let's just get to what I don't like about the film. Bo Starr, who was the sheriff, he's probably the best thing in the movie, in my honest opinion. He just, again, plays it straight. This movie feels very rushed. And I don't think that was the case in Halloween 4. I think they had time to film it and do it right. And that's why Donald Pleasence really shines in this movie. I could tell that he felt comfortable when filming it and excited and dove. Halloween 5, you could tell, and it's no secret that the movie was extremely rushed. Gotta get this done, gotta get this done. So, his performance seems a little rushed in a sense. Not that he did a bad job, but it's really everybody. Everything just feels rushed and matter of fact. Okay, here's your next line. I get that feeling. And, you know, especially after it's been talked about in documentaries and things like that, it doesn't really help the viewing experience of Halloween 5. I think Halloween 5 should have came out in 1990. Give it some more time to breathe. Take a little bit more time. I don't really appreciate the whistle blowing and the after the policemen say funny lines. I don't think it was necessary. I think their characters were just funny, and that's cool. That just kind of made it a little too. No, it was not necessary at all, in my opinion. And I just don't think a lot of the characters were very good. You know, the girl who played Tina, she was probably doing exactly what the director wanted her to do. I just didn't appreciate. I guess the screenplay and the writing is really to blame for this. And I don't really understand the muteness of Danielle Harris's character, Jamie Lloyd, in the beginning. Once again, I just don't think it was necessary. I don't think it needed that. I think she could have just known that Michael was coming back, you know. So I would have done things differently. But that doesn't mean I still can't sit down and enjoy Halloween 5 and just watch it. But I definitely think it's not on par with Halloween 4, and it should have been. It's not that it could have, in the time frame it was made to make, it could have been close had they not added in some of the ridiculous things. And I don't think the director was a very liked gentleman. Just from documentaries and interviews I've watched. So Halloween 5 could have been better. And it's not that it could have been, it should have been better. Based on the way the movie was just made, I can't see being a producer watching this and just saying, okay, let's send this to theaters. So, unfortunately, not a whole lot of great things to say about Halloween 5, but that doesn't mean I don't sit down and enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I just think Halloween 4 is a lot better. Because they just took their time, they did things right, had the perfect atmosphere. Halloween 5 should have just followed suit of 4. They really should have. Almost to the T should have followed it, so. That's my only thing. Halloween 5 is just, I give it, 3 out of 5 stars. So, what's your thoughts on Halloween 5? It may be my least favorite in the franchise, unfortunately. No, it's not. Never mind, I'm kidding. It's not. But Halloween 5 is just pretty good, It's pretty good and I enjoy watching it. But 4 is better. So, what do you guys think about Halloween 5? Hopefully, some of you can maybe bring some light to why I should, try to enjoy it more. Because I do enjoy it, but maybe you guys like it for reasons that you can bring up to my attention. So, that's it for this video. Christian and Horror talking about the Halloween films. Next is Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.